Hey, today I am going to be showing you the top 5 exploits and best XP farms that you can do currently. First and foremost, we are going to talk about the Red Desk farm that's going to allow you to farm a crap ton without any PvP players involved. We first want to go towards game, then options, and if you notice at the top we have a few tabs that we can click on. We want to go towards social, and then you should see right here that there's cross network play. This is only changeable when you do go towards the main menu here, go towards option, go towards the same exact tab. We want to go towards the top and uncheck the cross network play. This is going to then give us the chance to not connect towards PC players or vice versa if you're on console. We now want to start up the game with the character of our choice. Once you are through, you can then go back towards Kiovashad, and we want to locate the world tier in the middle, and then we want to change it towards adventure, aka world tier 1. The reason for this is because a lot of players are on world tier 3 or world tier 4. This will then allow us to take advantage of this whole entire area here and just go straight towards the event, which can be found on the bottom left and the bottom right side of the map here. We of course want to start up the event, collect the Seeds of Hatred towards the end of the event, then go towards the right side of the map, pick up the next Seed of Hatreds, and if you're wondering how much pops up, it's 600 worth. Continuing on, we want to complete the second event, which can be found on the bottom right, as I've mentioned previously. Open up your map once you have collected the Seed of Hatred, locate the boss in the middle, which should be roaming around like so, take it out, and you should receive 1,000 worth of Seed of Hatred. You can turn that sucker in, and once you do turn it in, you should see that the event has popped up again. You can rinse and repeat this as much as you like. Coming up at number 2, we have the instant dungeon reset glitch, which is quite easy to do, and some of the fellas in the comment section were kind of confused, about 2 to 3. They were wondering as to what the purpose is, even though I did mention that it completely resets the dungeon within literally 1 second. Typically, it takes longer for it to reset, so let's talk about what happens if you do not do the glitch. So when we go up towards the top here, I'm going to then go inside the dungeon, take out a few enemies, then teleport into the town, and then teleport out, so that this way, in theory, it should reset, right? Well, if you were thinking that it would reset, then you're absolutely wrong. The only way to do this is to perform a glitch. Of course, you can wait it out, and that will reset it, yet the method I'm showing you today is going to completely erase the wait time so you can hop right back into the dungeon, farm it up, exit out, rinse and repeat, instantly just get the dungeon going so you can farm up a crap ton of gold and a crap ton of legendary scrap and just all that good stuff. If we head towards the top left here towards an occultist, we want to locate the sigils and craft one. If you already have one, then do not worry about crafting a single sigil. You then want to go over towards the consume tab, and we want to consume a sigil. Open up your map, locate the dungeon, and if you can find a point of interest like so, then travel to it. Hop inside the dungeon. We are not going to do anything special except for hitting the T key or downwards on the D-pad to teleport straight to town. We are going to open up our map once more so we can then travel towards a dungeon, a normal one by the way, not nightmare. For example, in this clip, I will be inside the Iron Hold dungeon. This is not a bad place to farm. I'm sure they have nerfed it previously when it comes down to the mob density. It's not as massive as it once was. So when you are in here like so, you can just go through, take out a few enemies, go straight into the map, uncover the fog. And what you're going to see in this clip is that I'm going to be able to teleport out, teleport straight in. Everything will be reset just instantly. It does not take that long because, as I've mentioned before and have shown the proof, is that when you do teleport out of town and teleport back in without the glitch, it does not reset the dungeon. Yet when you do exactly like we have done before, where we activated a sigil, went to the nightmare, teleported out, then chose a dungeon of our choice, went inside like so, took out some enemies, teleported out, so now we're in town. Then we want to go back into the teleporter like so. Literally, I'm just going back inside instantly. I'm not waiting a single second here. And what you should see right here is that the dungeon has completely reset. You can rinse and repeat this as much as you like. Note, you no longer need to go back towards the nightmare dungeon. Instead, just stick inside here, and when you are done farming it up, what you can do is go straight back to town, then back into the portal, and everything will be reset once more. Rinse and repeat this as much as you like, and there you go. Continuing on towards number 3, we are going to talk about a dungeon that not a lot of people are utilizing anymore, and I highly recommend it because it's still useful. You can definitely use this to level up, and this can be found on the left side, and this is going to be the ruins. You can then travel inside, and what you should see is a pack of enemies still. This dungeon specifically does have a level requirement, which is 40, and yeah, that's a little bit out there, yet when you do make it to level 40, this will help you complete the rest of your journey to level 50. What you see right here is a large size, and we can just go straight in and take them out. Yes, previously there was quite a lot, and they have nerfed it. But this does not mean that it's completely useless, because it's well worth doing, and it's one of those large size dungeons that does give you quite a lot of loot. Overall, this is great for leveling up, and if you are looking for primarily legendaries and uniques or even rare items to scrap down, I've got you on that, and we are going to talk about that coming up towards number 4. The best elite dungeon is even possible on a low level character like this. I'm only showing this because I feel like it's necessary, because a lot of you have pointed out I am level 75, so does that make a massive difference when it comes down to the size of the dungeon? I do not think so, because I was able to acquire the same amount of loot and elites that I would have even if I were to play on my level 75 character. What you're going to see is exactly that. When we do enter in, we want to go all the way towards the end of the dungeon, so this means you do need to free up the prisoners, and you can then continue on towards this second part of this dungeon. There are towers, aka shrines, that you can interact with that will boost up your attack, so you can take out these enemies a lot faster. And overall, this is great for primarily those legendaries, uniques, and of course, rare items that you can scrap down. You can utilize this to its max potential by drinking some elixirs, joining in with a friend, all that good stuff. And so with that, let's talk about the last dungeon that you should be farming. This is going to be the Champion's Demise. What you can see is this location, which can be found on the bottom left. This dungeon right here was quite common for farming, and some have kind of thrown it away because of course there are some better spots that you can reach later on. Yet for lower levels, this is fantastic. There is a crap ton of enemies here that you can just farm up. And this is what I've used for my rogue character, that I was able to get up to level 40. And once I was up there, that's when I went over towards the Ruins dungeon and made sure that I was able to acquire a bunch of XP. And so there you have it. I hope that you have enjoyed the video so far. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And most importantly, if you are not subscribed, do that now by clicking the red subscription button and making sure that you are notified for all. Thank you guys for subscribing and staying tuned to each video, and I plan on giving you more content. See you all in the next one.